This topic is one that I would love to see an NSAA or other panel around. And it's this question of what is skiing? In a market of all these outdoor activities, where does skiing fit? I know you can absolutely say, it depends on the resort. It's different for everybody, and that's true. But from a marketing perspective, from a branding perspective, how do we, if we want to collectively push skiing in a certain direction, what direction would that be? For example, is skiing easy, right? We don't want people to be intimidated by the challenge of learning. We tried really hard to make it easier. But is easy either A, accurate, which I don't think it is, or B, the right way to go? Do we want people to think something is easier? Do we want them to aspire to something? Do we want them to think that it's maybe challenging? Another word we could think about. Or difficult. That you can feel the difference in a message around something that's easy and something that's difficult or challenging. People don't do some things because they're hard, and some people do things because they're hard. And I feel like that's a level of discussion and analysis of a market, a potential market that we just haven't gotten to. But the fact of the matter is, there are parts of skiing that look kind of crazy from the outside world that we sometimes push back against and try to distance ourselves from. And I wonder if there's an opportunity to embrace those. Now, what I'm thinking of as I say this is this ad. This is an ad for, I guess it's really not an ad. It's just a banner that is in Helsinki, Finland, during a big conference that happens every year. And you can see that Helsinki has some of the exact same challenges, right? From the outside looking in, you'd go, why would anyone in their right mind go to Finland in the winter? Likewise, why would anyone in their right mind go to a ski resort in the winter? Somewhere up in the mountains, freezing cold, hours of driving away from your home. It doesn't make sense from the outside looking in. But in this little story where you have this setting that is kind of crazy for a human to want to go to, and a human, instead of making the human crazy or feel awkward, Helsinki has simply said, look, I'm going to make you the hero of this story. And I think we could do the same in the ski industry if we played it right. Maybe that's as simple as, an ad that shows a skier sitting alone in freezing cold temperatures on a chair, and it's absolutely nuking outside. And maybe all it would take is a word, why? And maybe the subtext would be something like, because he knows something that you don't, or because she's tougher than you are, or because the ride down is that good. There are ways you could play that. Embrace the fact that, yeah, it looks crazy from the outside, but there's a reason that 10 million people still do this every winter. And sort of that switch, bait them a little bit with the whole, yeah, this looks stupid. This looks like something no one should ever do. And then switch them to, oh yeah, even though it looks that terrible, millions of people do it. Why is that? I think this is brilliant from Helsinki. I don't know if there's a perfect parallel in the ski industry, but it's part of the reason I'd love to see us talk about what our position could be in the market of outdoor activities or sports or family activities, and just see if there's an opportunity for us to better position our industry as a whole. Part of the reason, I think part of the struggle we have as an industry is just, we say, well, it's so expensive. There's a perception of it being so expensive. Well, do we have a better idea? We've never really figured out what we are. And I think there's an opportunity to do that and then use campaigns or ideas like this to really carve out our place.